What's up everyone, Willie Apple here, and today Apple has released iOS 16.1 Beta 1 to developers, and along with that, we also got iPadOS Beta 168. In this video, I'll be showing you what is new with iOS 16.1 Beta 1. So I have it installed here on my iPhone 13, not gonna get the 14. I mean, it's basically the exact same thing as the 13. Don't need the crash detection, need the processor, you know. When we take a look at the build number, we notice a couple of changes. So before this said iOS 16, and it showed the build number right here. And now you have to tap into it, and then it shows you the build number. So it says iOS 16.1. Our build number is 20B5045D, and the build number indicates that we could have about 3 or 4 betas with this, or even 2 betas, if Apple is willing to go that route. Now, first thing you'll notice is we now have Matter accessory support. So inside of General, we have Matter accessories, and supposedly if we have Matter accessories paired, this is where we're going to be able to manage them. I assume we're going to also be able to manage them in the Home app as well. I am not 100% sure about that. I hope we do, to be honest. If we scroll down to battery, we notice that this now says battery health and charging. Upon tapping this, you'll notice all our battery health info right here, with optimized battery charging and peak performance capability, and our battery health. We also have a new toggle that says clean energy charging. With over 1 billion iPhones around the world that will eventually get 16.1 or newer, this will be a great feature for Apple to help with the environment, although I could just see it being a selling point, so Apple makes more money and more iPhones. Next thing is here, if we go to Siri and search, you'll notice that call hangup has been put up in Siri and search. This makes a lot more sense than it being to wherever it was before, and if I wanted to, I could just turn it on, and it's just a lot better in my opinion of where Apple has put this. Because of interesting antitrust laws with Apple Pay, we now have the ability to completely delete the wallet app. If we were to go to our lock screen and haptic press and then customize it, you'll notice that we now get to choose to customize the lock screen or the home screen. This is a lot better than going into the lock screen, changing one thing, and then tapping done, and then tapping customize the home screen. So I'm glad Apple has finally fixed that. I hope Apple does a lot better next time with their next main feature instead of making it so weird. This is also a lot more user-friendly. I kind of wish we had this in the iOS 16 beta stages, and now we have it in the 16.1 beta stages. If we go down to photos right here, we get our iCloud shared photo library back inside, and hopefully it is here to stay. If we were to take a screenshot right here and press on done, we get this new menu right here, whereas before it would come up right here. I personally do not like this, as I prefer having my phone being used with one hand towards the bottom, but it does look a little bit modern, so I will give Apple that. I have a little update with the battery percentage here. This is finally available on the iPhone XR, 11, 12 mini, and 13 mini. So if you did not have this before, you will finally be getting it when iOS 16.1 releases. If we were to take a look at the feedback app in here, and take a look at news and iOS 16.1 release notes, we notice that we have a couple of known issues here, and these are all related to the Home app right here. And for Room Plan, we have a resolved issue from 16, and SK Ad Network, whatever that is, we have a known issue right here. So hopefully we can have a release with no known issues, since this seems to be a little bit promising with 16.1. We'll just see about that when this does roll around. Now this is an update I would consider holding off for a while until maybe beta 2 or 3. The reason is because if we go to settings, go to general, and then software update, we notice that we're not able to check for software updates. And how are we supposed to get beta 2 when that comes out? Well, I don't think you can. Even if we do try again, we can't go into here, and if we want to toggle automatic update settings, we need to time it perfectly right. We also have a little issue related to focus. So if I were to go to a focus that changes to lock screen and go out of it, some users have been experiencing an issue where their lock screens would just completely panic, and it would just change, and along with that it would also change your focus right here. So hopefully that also gets fixed in 16.1 beta. If we were to play a song in the music app right here, then we just play one real quickly, tap the album artwork and tap it out, we have that weird bouncing issue still, and this is related to the widgets right here. If we have widgets right here, this will do the weird issue, but if we were to change our lock screen to a lock screen without widgets and try it, you see that it doesn't do the weird bouncing animation here. So hopefully that also gets fixed in the beta cycles of 16.1. The same thing if we were to go create a watch face and go to portraits watch face, this is still also really unresponsive. So I did file a major bug report for this. Hopefully this gets fixed in the 16.1 beta cycles as well. As you can see, it's really unresponsive, and the only way to do it is to press this choose button right here and wait a couple of seconds. As you can see, let's just go back and then add it for real this time. As you can see, the add button is not grayed out right now. Now let's take a look at a Geekbench test right here. So don't worry, this is pretty late in the day since I have school, and I did install the update during lunch. So we will get a full story here with Geekbench, and I'll let you know what the scores are. Alright, on iOS 16 Beta 1, I got a 1739 on the single core, a little bit higher than iOS 16, and a 4598 on the multi-core, which is a little bit lower right here than iOS 16. So hopefully that doesn't really mean anything, but if you're looking for better performance, I would wait until iOS 16 is more like in the beta 3 or beta 4 stage, or the release candidate stage. Now what can we expect next from Apple? So I think macOS Ventura beta 8 is next, and I believe that can either release tomorrow or on Friday, since we have an F at the end of the build number, and on everything else we have a D. And once we get that, I think where the release schedule is going to be the exact same as iOS 16.1 and macOS Ventura beta 8. And that should hopefully stay like that until we get iOS 17 and macOS 14. Let me know what you think about iOS 16.1 Beta 1 in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!